In this video, I'll walk you through the steps to set up feast in an AWS environment. So let's just start with creating an instance. Let's select Ubuntu Deep Learning AMI. This AMI will provide Conda working environment by default. Let's select instance type. I'm selecting t3.medium here. Next, configure details. Just go ahead with the default ones. Add storage. Just add default storage for now. Key pairs. I'm just adding relevant key pairs for me. You can add yours if you want. Configure security group. I already have a group created, so I'm just selecting that. You can create yours if you want. Review details. Select key pair. I already have a key pair created, so just selecting that one. And done. Your instance is being created now. Connect to your instance. Make sure Terraform is installed. I already have installed it. Just verifying it with the Terraform command. The file credentials.txt has the AWS credentials. Now let's start cloning a GitHub repo. You can find this link in our blog as well. Move into the repo directory and then into the infra folder. This is where our Terraform code is. Let's initialize Terraform here with the Terraform init command. Now we have to export some environment variables which our Terraform code is going to use in creating AWS infrastructure. So the first environment variable that we are creating is region. I'm selecting US West East 1. Now create the project name. You can choose a unique project name as well. Now create password. Just make sure the password has some numeric and capital alphabets. Now run Terraform plan. This will list what services Terraform will create. Just review them and run Terraform apply to apply those services. Enter yes in the command prompt. Now the resources are being created. Once infrastructure is deployed, Terraform will print the identifiers and the resources created. Do save them as it will be used in the next steps. Next, we create a mapping from the redshift cluster to the external catalog. Make sure to provide correct cluster identifiers. Now to see whether the command was successful, we will now run the describe statement. Don't forget to copy the ID. We should be able to query actual zip code features now. Let's submit a select query. To print output, we have to run get statement result with the ID of the selected query. As you can see, output is printed means our infrastructure is successfully deployed. Before moving forward, it's better to save Terraform output of identifiers in environment variables so we don't have to remember it each time. Let's quickly do that. Redshift Spectrum ARN, Redshift Cluster Identifier, Credit History Table, and Zip Code Features Table. That's it. Now we have to move into feature underscore repo folder. We have already set up a feature repository in feature underscore repo. That's why we don't need to name it a new repository. And our feature underscore YML is already configured. So let's deploy the feature store by running feast apply. It will be using our AWS credentials. Our feature entities and feature views are now created. Let's declare a timestamp and run feast materialize. This will load the latest feature values from a data source into the online store. And that's it. Feast has been successfully configured. The data is also loaded into your online store. You can now run your machine learning models. That's it from the demo. Feel free to comment if you have any questions.